Hi guys, Jack here from Bridge Coffee Roasters. Today I'm going to talk you through the Aeropress recipe that I've been using over the last year or so to brew really delicious light roasted coffees. So this recipe was inspired by a guy named Jonathan Gagné. He's an astrophysicist and coffee blogger, and he's recently published a book called The Physics of Filter Coffee. He wrote a blog post titled Reaching Fuller Flavor Profiles with the Aeropress, and I'm definitely drawing a lot of inspiration from that today, so I'll link it in the description down below. So today's recipe is going to be characterized by a few things. The first is a really fine grind size. We're basically at the coarse end of espresso here. And the second aspect of the recipe that we're drawing from Jonathan Gagné is a really long steep time. When you're brewing a light roasted coffee in an immersion method, where the water and the grounds sit together for a while, it's important to give the grounds enough time in the water to extract fully to get sweetness and clarity from your brew. And that's why in today's recipe, we're going to be steeping the water and the coffee together for about 8 minutes. Gagné also mentions the importance of getting an even extraction. So there's a couple things we'll be doing to help achieve a nice even bed of coffee, so that when we plunge, the water will be going through nice and evenly through the bed of coffee. We won't be getting any channeling, and there'll be a nice even extraction. So let's get started with the recipe. The first thing we're going to need is 12 grams of light roast coffee. So I've got 12 grams, I'm going to grind it now, and as I mentioned, we're going for something just slightly coarser than espresso fine. One extra accessory that Gagné likes to use is the Fellow Prismo. What it basically lets you do is brew the regular way up, and it stops any coffee from dripping before you plunge. I don't have that today, so instead I'm going to use the inverted method. So place the plunger in the main part of the brewer and sit them upside down. So that'll stop any water from dripping out before you plunge. It'll help all of the water and the coffee sit together and then help you achieve a nice even extraction. So I'll add my coffee now and just add your filter to the cap and just leave it to the side for a second. So for water, I'm going to use 220 milliliters of boiling water. If you have a temperature controlled kettle, you really want 100 degrees here. So step one is to add all of your water straight away. So I'm going to tear the scale, start the timer, and fill all the way up to 220 milliliters. Once you've added your water, just grab a teaspoon or a stir stick, place it right down to the bottom, and just give it 3 to 4 back and forth movements. So the reason that I went back and forth is because we don't want to create any kind of swirling momentum in the water, because that will create a dome in the middle of the bed. We just want to give it a little push just to get all of the water incorporated with all of the coffee. So next, add your filter cap, take it off the scale, and then just push down slowly just to get rid of any air that might be trapped inside the Aeropress, very slowly until you see the water level. What that stops is any coffee sticking to the top of the plunger once we've flipped the brewer. So now we're going to wait until we get to 7.5 minutes. Okay, so I'm just getting to 7.5 minutes now. I'm going to place my server on the top, hold the plunger, and then carefully flip the whole brewer upside down. What you want to do then is just give it a quick swirl twice, very gently, and then a back and forth twice. So that will knock any coffee grounds that were stuck to the plunger down to the bottom and help level out the bed nice and evenly. And then when we get to 8 minutes, I'll start plunging. So another thing mentioned by Gagné in his blog post is the importance of a slow press. I think what he believed is that when you press harder, you get more astringency out of the coffee. So we're just going to press as slowly as we can. Just let the weight of your hands and gravity do the work. You really don't need to add any more pressure. So that took about a minute to press all the way through. So just take your brewer off, and give it a stir, and what you should be left with is a nice cup of deliciously sweet, evenly extracted, light roast filter coffee. So I hope you've enjoyed. Definitely give the recipe a go and let me know what you think in the comments down below. As I mentioned, it's geared really towards extracting lots of flavor from light roast coffees. So what I'll do is I'll leave a couple recipes down in the description that you should also try. The great thing about the Aeropress is there's so many ways to get delicious coffee. This is just the one that I've been using recently and really enjoying. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next one. I'll see you next time.